Hello, I'm Forrest Gump.
Nobody gives a husky shit who you are, pussball! You're not even a low-life scum-sucking maggot! Get your faggoty ass on the bus, you're in the army now!
Seats taken. Take.
At first, it seemed like I made a mistake, seeing how it was only my induction day and I was already getting yelled at.
Sit down if you want to.
I didn't know who I might meet or what they might ask.
You ever been on a real shrimp boat?
No, but I've been on a real big boat.
I'm talking about a shrimp catching boat. I've been working on shrimp boats all my life. I started out on my uncle's boat, that's my mama's brother, when I was about maybe 9. I was just looking into buying a boat of my own and got drafted. My given name is Benjamin Buford Blue. People call me Bubba. Just like one of them old redneck boys. Can you believe that?
My name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump. So Bubba was from Bayou La Battery, Alabama, and his mama cooked shrimp. And her mama before her cooked shrimp. And her mama before her mama cooked shrimp, too. Bubba's family knew everything there was to know about the shrimping business.
I know everything there is to know about the shrimping business. Matter of fact, I'm going into the shrimping business for myself after I get out the army.
Okay.
This scene takes place near the middle of the film. Forrest Gump has just recently graduated from college and was approached by a member of the U.S. military. Keep in mind, up to this point, Forrest Gump has been a very go-with-the-flow type of guy. He does what he's told, and he does it well, even if he doesn't really understand it. The point of this scene is, at first glance, simple. It is to introduce Forrest's best friend in the military, Benjamin Buford Blue, or Bubba for short. Digging deeper, however, one will find that this scene accomplishes several things at the same time. As Forrest looks for a seat, the white guy says no first, which gives us a bad feeling. But then the black guy next to the white guy also rejects Forrest. This interaction gives the audience an idea of how racism and segregation have progressed up to this point in the 1970s. If you look around, you can see that even though the men are scattered around the bus, there are still only white seated with white and black seated with black, which makes what Forrest and Bubba did so impactful. They are the only biracial bus buddies. This kind of also separates Forrest and Bubba into a seemingly third category of society. The placement of this scene is necessary because it bridges the gap of Forrest's graduation from college to Forrest's friendship in the military. Without this scene, the audience would be thrown into a seemingly random friendship.
Shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. That's about it.
Forrest's experience in the military and coming out of the war are ones that last with him for the rest of his life. Loved ones are lost, but ultimately, Forrest is thrown into the national spotlight with his courageous actions of saving his fellow men in arms. This scene specifically helps keep Forrest grounded in reality for the audience, and also shows how the times were changing and how Forrest was dealing with it. The scene can be arguably split. It obviously starts following Forrest as he looks for a seat, but the stage is stolen for a bit by Bubba's introduction and conversation. Well, it's more like a story session, but nonetheless, Bubba is the center of this minute of screen time. The first major switch in tone is when Forrest politely introduces himself to the military bus driver and is immediately scolded and shouted at. The second beat is found when he is also rejected by his soon-to-be brothers-in-arms. The third is subtle. Forrest has been rejected thrice already, but he still puts himself out there. He hasn't given up, showing resilience and perseverance, which are definitely recurring themes in this whole film. The fourth beat is seen when Bubba nonchalantly accepts Forrest. This beat is furthered by Bubba's conversation. The fifth beat is more of a blink and you'll miss it. Not only does Bubba accept Forrest, but through his gesture in handing Forrest a handkerchief to wipe his face, he's showing the type of young man he is, kind and helpful. Forrest accepting the handkerchief is also a subtle beat. Forrest puts himself out there, Bubba doesn't reject him. But just like two kindergartners sharing lunch for the first time, Forrest shows that he accepts Bubba's offer of friendship. And the rest of the scene plays out. The conversation continues, and Forrest awkwardly listens and introduces himself.
My name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump.
As well as expresses his extreme interest in shrimp.
Okay.
Interestingly, there isn't any music played in this scene. I believe the absence of music lends the ears to another sound: rainfall.
Who I might meet or what they might ask.
You ever been on a real
Forrest is entering a new world, a world of hardship and discomfort. The rain also foreshadows the future difficulties that Forrest and the other soldiers will face.